On an unforgettable journey through Egypt with Hues of Africa and Soul Journey Travel. Discover the wonders of this ancient land with our expertly curated itinerary, from the majestic pyramids of Giza to the tranquil waters of the Nile. Immerse yourself in the rich history and vibrant culture of Egypt. Book now and use discount code VICTOR2024 to save $100 off your trip. Single and dual occupancy options available with flexible payment plans. Visit our website for more details and start your adventure today.
Fantasy, sports, and politics.
Get ready to rumble!
You wanna talk smack? You in the right place. So take a step back before I get all up in your
Remember, because I don't remember. I remember every bit of this.
You're the dudes holding on the phone line. Your voice will be heard, sir.
Next caller, please.
Jerry's gonna get him.
Fantasy, sports, and politics. Fantasy, sports, and politics. Fantasy, sports, and politics. Fantasy, sports, and politics.
Listeners are asking questions about this week's games, not Jerry's personal beef. So what's your thought?
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to Fantasy Sports and Politics. And believe me, it's a new me. It's a new day. Yes, it is. Whoa. Anyway, if you're a wrestling fan, you know what I just did. If not, you'll pick it up soon enough. But welcome to the show. Got a great show in store for you. We're going to talk about what's been going on in the NFL. Is Aaron Rodgers special? We'll talk to the guy from Jersey to see what's been the buzz in that area. All these contracts, getting signed, not getting signed, we're going to talk about that. We're also going to talk about some off-the-wall topics, okay? Meaning not sports related, but it's interesting to me because I met somebody this past weekend or this past week, and I'm like, I thought he was itty bitty this big, but he's a tall guy. He's a tall guy. And he claimed he had a six-pack. He claimed he did. I don't know. But let me bring on the first co-host because I got two of them today. JT ATM Money.
Baby,
Okay.
you're too loud.
Oh well, let him handle that. And then my other co-host, the guy that's the second tallest person on the show, Q. JT and Q, what's going on, brothers?
What's up?
Good morning, young fellas.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey,
What's up, JT?
I'm just making sure you're
Feeling
okay.
good, man. Feeling good.
I'm glad you're looking. You got a waist belt on or something?
What?
Do you have a lifting belt on?
No.
Oh, it's a blanket.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought you had like a waist belt, like you about to go pump some iron or something. Yeah, you need to do something because your quarterback's some crap. But we're gonna talk about that.
You're looking swell, Jerry.
Yeah, he looking swole.
I'm always swole, man.
And Q, that's a nice hat you got on. I wonder where you got it from.
Jerry, I got a story to tell you.
Okay, you got a story to tell me. I bet you do.
We're gonna get to that stuff later on. We'll get to that stuff later on. But first of all, let's talk about your boy Aaron Rodgers.
Not my boy. What are you talking about?
Well, he's in the Jersey area, so that's why I
Okay.
call him your boy.
That's the only common. Okay. I don't know everything about Aaron Rodgers.
Well,
Don't want to know.
what I'm getting to is you watch the news. More in particular, you watch a lot of sports news.
Okay.
What has been said about this absence or unexcused absence or whatever it is in the area? Because I know what I've heard, but you're in the local area. Let's talk about that.
Well, I mean, to me, it's just it doesn't surprise me. He's being. Let me put it this way. I'll put it as basic I can get. It's Aaron Rodgers being Aaron Rodgers. I mean, he's an independent, very smart thinking individual, and he's got some quirks about him. One of them is he does his own thing. One of them is that he's got off the cuff thinking, in my opinion, that when you think he's thinking one way, he thinks the exact opposite way. Aaron Rodgers, like I said, I think that's one of the reasons, besides age, that Green Bay got rid of him, because he was too independently thinking. And football owners, general managers, owners are very conservative. They want all their players to fall in line. Aaron Rodgers is not the type of player to fall in line. So let me put it that way.
So, but what's the talk around
talk,
there?
I mean,
Wait a minute. Meaning, players are going on X, they're going on Instagram, stuff like that, and defending him. And I heard one current player actually, former player, Julian Edelman, who said it's going to be a problem in the locker room because even though Tom Brady wouldn't show up to the voluntary stuff, he was always at the mandatory. Now, knowing that Rodgers is coming back from this injury, knowing that he really didn't have but the preseason last year and 4 plays of the regular season, would you think it's a disadvantage to the team? Or what are you hearing about the disadvantages or pros of him not being there, and how Robert Saleh has handled it? Because from what I heard, Saleh is like, it is what it is. Don't be doing that. Go ahead.
I'm just Q. Did you listen to what I just said? When he gave me the floor, did you listen to what I just said? I thought I explained it well. I said this is Aaron Rodgers being Aaron Rodgers. Okay, he's an independently minded thinker. He thinks way out of the box. He's got quirky thinking. I'm repeating myself. He's got quirky thinking, and that's why the Green Bay Packers, that was one of the reasons they got rid of him, because he does not toe the line. He's not the type of guy that's going to do what you think he should do. That's I'm repeating let me finish.
I'll let you finish because you didn't answer the question. But go ahead.
You gave me an elongated question.
I gave you a 2-part question.
Yes.
I'll shorten it for you. I'll shorten it for you. The effect of the locker room, and did Robert Saleh handle it correctly?
I'm getting to that.
You didn't answer the first part.
Because
I'm talking about the effect in the locker room.
Oh, you know what?
Not his quirky self.
You know what? Being youthful, being probably the youngest one on this screen right now.
Actually, no, Q is.
Okay. Being a younger person, you have a tendency to be impatient. Patience, my brother. Patience. Listen to what I'm going to say and let me finish my explanation. And then if I didn't completely
you said you defend this man. This is what you defend.
Let me just say this. Let me finish, because you gave me a long question and I'm trying to give you the shortest answer. Okay?
I gave you a long question because I wanted to be clear.
Well, look, let me ask you something. If you let me finish, maybe without interrupting, maybe I can finish it. Okay, what I'm saying is this. I gave you all that before for the second time. The guys in the locker room know the history of Aaron Rodgers for the most part, are going to put up with it because he's Aaron Rodgers. Because he's Aaron Rodgers. The coaching staff, including Robert Saleh, the head coach, wasn't too happy about Aaron Rodgers doing what he did, because the simple fact, the cohesion in the mandatory training camp. Okay. He still has to prove himself to the locker room, but they're giving him the benefit of the doubt. Okay. Because he's Aaron Rodgers and what he's done in the past. He's a multi MVP winner. They're going to give him that, okay? But he's going to have to prove himself on the field. The coaching staff is going to have to deal with the type of player Aaron Rodgers is. That's the bottom line. That's the bottom line. But he has to produce. Otherwise, quite naturally, be in this area, he's going to catch a lot of flack once he doesn't produce. Is that good enough for you?
I was waiting for you to finish. Q, because JT just like, I asked him specifics. He gave me generals. I'm going to ask you the same question or questions.
I think Jerry summed it up pretty good. In my opinion.
Thank you.
I knew that was coming. How did I know that was coming?
Well, if you knew it was coming, why'd you ask the question?
Hey, Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers is one of those people. Aaron Rodgers is one of the people who he always needs to be the smartest person in the room.
Okay.
You know, and it just blows my mind for somebody. I know he's a great quarterback and everything, but he really hasn't won. He hasn't won like in 15 years. Okay, the guy's got one Super Bowl, and I've never seen a superstar dominate a franchise so much like he has. Like the whole Jets organization, they're his puppet. Yep. They do whatever he says.
Yep.
You know, and like this guy hasn't even won one thing. That's why I don't think the Jets are going to be good this year because they have no cohesiveness. Like, you know, that he hasn't played with that offensive line, anything. But I think he's just self-centered, and like if I was a teammate of his, I would just like look the other way. You know, I don't think a lot of people on that team like him, but they're not going to say anything because of who he is. But I just think he's a self-centered quarterback. Like, I mean, he gets too much credit. He's only got one title, and that was like 15 years ago. It was
All
like,
right,
come on.
So what about the Robert Saleh?
Can I say this real quick?
No, you can't. Robert Saleh. What about the Robert Saleh thing?
Robert Saleh's his puppet. He has no say in that locker room. Aaron Rodgers has more say in that locker room than Robert Saleh does.
What I mean by that is, did you hear how he handled it?
Well,
Yeah,
I mean,
either of you. Well, I asked you first, Jerry, because you're in the Jersey area. But that's what I was saying. Did you guys hear how he handled the situation? If not, let me know, and I'll tell you what happened. So if you both don't know, I'll explain.
Tell us, Mighty Vic.
You're welcome. So pretty much, it was a press conference, and it was like, okay, he's going to be here. Unexcused, excused, whatever. And then the question was brought up about the double standard. And then he was like, look, it's Aaron Rodgers, so on and so forth. And your perspective, Q, of if you're a teammate is actually what I was looking for in the answer, because if you're a teammate, all three of us are teammates. If one of us goes off and just does willy-nilly whatever, how does that affect the other two when you're doing a show? You know, because it's like, how dejected are you, or how upset are you, or how accepting of it are you? You know what I mean? Like, Garrett's going to be accepting because why? They're throwing him the ball. He's going to get the ball from him. He knows he's going to have big as long as Aaron Rodgers is there. Breece Hall, he's going to catch the ball. He's going to run the ball. Offensive line, they're going to protect him, but is it going to end up being like an RG3 type situation where it's like, oh, I'm resentful that you don't got to show the mandatory minicamp and you don't care about that $100,000 you're losing. All the while, who's the backup? I even forgot who the daggone backup is. You know, but as a player, that's what I was looking for. The how do you feel, or how would you feel, or how does the team feel? Because a couple of the teammates said something similar. Wait a minute, JT. I gave you an opportunity to answer the question. You didn't answer it. You answered it, but you answered it in a vague way. So I'm being more specific. A couple of players have said something just similar to what JT said. You know, it's Aaron being Aaron. I'm going to look the other way. You know what I mean? But go ahead, JT. Now that you heard everybody else, and I gave you the floor first, but you gave
let me just make this comment. Let me just make this comment.
Okay.
Okay. Just because you didn't like my answer, you're gonna dismiss it. But that's okay.
I didn't dismiss it. What I said was it wasn't
okay.
the type of answer I was looking for because you gave a general. That's Aaron being Aaron. I asked you specifically about the teammates. That's what I asked you about.
Let me put it in this context. I'm going to put it right in this context. It's Aaron Rodgers and the rest of the team. Okay? That's basically what I'm saying. Aaron Rodgers and the best of the team. The rest of the team, I should say.
As far as treatment or as far as reaction to the situation?
It's Aaron Rodgers, and Aaron Rodgers is an entity in itself. And the rest of the team is two different entities. Okay, that's what I'm saying.
So in the Jersey area, that is the feel that it's Aaron Rodgers and everybody else, or is that your feel?
That's the whole United States. I think everybody thinks that, not just the Jersey area.
I don't think. I think it's similar. I don't think it's Aaron Rodgers and the rest of the team. I do believe what you said, Q, that. He's using the Jets like a puppet because, going to what Jerry just said, it's Aaron Rodgers and the rest of the team. Aaron can do whatever he wants. He's there for 1 or 2 more years. And did they even draft a player capable of being his backup or being the starter in a year or two? Who's the backup quarterback, JT, currently?
Tyrod Taylor.
Oh, thank you, JT. But yes, Tyrod Taylor. And that's what I was getting to. Tyrod Taylor is a great guy to have as a backup, but is Tyrod Taylor the future?
Well, we all know he's not. I mean, he's not the future. The Jets are in shambles, bro. If I'm telling you, if something happens to Aaron Rodgers again this year, he gets hurt, they're like lost.
Well, I would say they're lost. I think they're in a better situation in the backup area if Aaron Rodgers gets lost than we were last year with Zach Wilson. I think because the experience and the capability of Tyrod Taylor, I'm not calling him a world beater, but he's a better backup to have than way better than Zach Wilson. So,
okay, and I agree. So when we look at the future, the Jets, did they get somebody in the draft? I know they got a quarterback, but is that person going to be sufficient in a year or two? Because Aaron Rodgers' body ain't what it used to be.
Well,
you know what I mean?
They're going to be hurt in the quarterback area. They're going to need a capable quarterback. So if the next couple of years, depending on when Aaron leaves, they know they have to get a capable replacement. Let me put it that way. And there's always free agency, and they're going to have money to be able to spend because the salary cap goes up every year, and Aaron Rodgers' salary is going to be off the books whenever Aaron Rodgers leaves. So that there's always a quarterback that's going to be in the free agency market, and you have to look a couple years down the road. You see quarterbacks that are going to be available and may fit what the Jets want to do. But for now, the Jets have to deal with the personality and the ability of Aaron Rodgers.
Okay. So with that being said, gentlemen, let's move on to the next area.
Jerry, I thought you explained it perfectly, bro. Your whole explanation was excellent.
Thank you.
Please,
I tried, Q. I tried.
I tried. Right and left nutsack. That you're gonna be that way.
You know what? Look.
I'm not talking. Excuse me. I'm going to another subject.
Right and left net sack. Yeah,
Jerry.
Anytime.
I called you that.
We are both on here.
Silent.
We don't disparage you like that.
I wasn't talking to you, was I? I was talking to Q. I was talking to Q.
Let me put it this
Q's
way.
a grown man. He can talk for himself.
I'm glad.
Moving on.
I'm sad and glad that you're getting out of the military because you still got that ingrained on you.
Jerry,
and you still like to talk foul. You still like to talk foul. Maybe more time.
He's earned that because I'm trying to move on and he wants to keep talking. This is not his show. I'm trying to move on. Thank you.
Jerry,
All right,
Victor is the Aaron Rodgers of the show.
Don't you do it. So what we're getting to is this, because I wanted to get off Aaron Rodgers, because I didn't want to stay on the show too long. And I know we can argue all day about Aaron Rodgers, which I don't.
You are. I'm not.
Jerry, Vic is the Aaron Rodgers of the show, bro.
Yes, I'm the leader. Anyway, moving on.
I'm glad you get
Let's talk about the situation that happened in football this week.
Ooh.
We had a player that got dismissed from his team. A rookie at that. How do you get arrested 2 times before mandatory minicamp and lose your opportunity to play in the National Football League? I'm talking about the Cleveland Browns drafting a guy that had red flags, and he couldn't let those demons away. Now he's out of the NFL, probably not going to see the NFL again unless he gets picked up by the UFL and balls out. Again, I'm going to go to you, JT, because it is your Cleveland Browns I'm discussing. And I want you to clarify what happened with this player.
What I need to clarify, he gets arrested for a DWI. Wait a minute.
What was the first thing he got arrested for?
I'm not sure. I know of the last one. Now was the last straw. He got arrested for a DWI, but they go through rookie orientation. I don't know if they have yet. And quite naturally, if he got red flags coming into, I'm pretty sure his agent said you gotta walk the straight line in here. We can't have any kind of issues. Okay. Family probably told him you can't have any kind of issues. This is too much money to throw away. Let me put it that way. Too much money to throw away. And you got to you can't do the things that you did in college, because this ain't college, this is big boys league. And they tolerate a lot less. And obviously he learned a hard lesson by getting dismissed from the team. Happy joy when he got drafted. And it's the exact opposite when you get cut by a team before you even play a single game in the NFL. I mean, come on, man. I have, and I'm pretty sure most fans have no sympathy for a guy that had red flags going in it. Our team took a chance, brought you in, drafted you, and then you do what you normally do. You screw up, and it costs you a chance to play in the NFL and really getting paid. Okay, I got no sympathy for that. I mean, you got to be a simple mind to let that slip through your fingers.
Okay, Q, and I'm gonna talk to you from the athlete perspective, because Jerry, I don't know if you knew this or not, because I damn sure didn't. Q was a star athlete.
Okay,
he was a star athlete and had a great opportunity. So I'm not going to get into it unless you talk about it, Q. But what is that feeling of not having that opportunity anymore feel like?
First of all, like, I don't even know who this player you guys are talking about is. I haven't heard. I don't know who he is. I don't know what he did. So I can't really comment on that because I haven't heard the news. I don't know who you guys are talking about anyways. Who is it?
That's what I was saying from an athlete's perspective of having an opportunity, right? You had an opportunity, but then it got taken away from you.
Well, I mean, I don't think his opportunity got taken away from him. I think he lost it on his own. It's one thing if you get taken away by injury or something like that, but if you're constantly messing up and you know the repercussions of it and you still don't care enough to fix it, then I don't see it as it's being taken away from you. I see it as you just didn't care enough and you just lost that chance you had. So I don't think it got taken away from him. I think he just is an idiot.
He gave it away.
Okay.
That's the way I see it.
Well,
but who was it anyways? Who is this player?
Go ahead, JT. It's your player.
He's if I'm not mistaken, the defensive lineman. The name
DN
skips my mind. He got drafted by the Cleveland Browns with red flags. I think it was a later round. I'm not exactly sure what round it was.
Sixth round.
Oh. Okay. There's less tolerance for a later round pick. And quite naturally, he was a later round pick for a reason. And he validated that reason by doing what he did and then getting cut from the team. So, I mean, it is what it is. He had a chance. They gave him a pass. He ripped the pass up, basically. And once he ripped the pass up in their face, they said, "You're out of here." More or less, that's basically what happened. He screwed up 2 times. One time I know about Vic telling me it's 2 times, but he screwed up 2 times, and we're not even into training camp, and he screwed up. How bad is that? That's telling you that he's never going to. I shouldn't say never, but this may be the bottom line or the bottom for him. Now he has to realize I can't do what I want to do because I got to be a big boy. You got to grow up, man. And if you want to be in this league, it's a big boys league for a reason. Being able to deal with all the pressures of making that much money and having to earn that much money. Okay, so
absolutely. With that being said, let me take a break. When we come back, this is down Q's alley.
We're going to talk about
what's
Egypt
going on
again?
with Brandon Ayuk
We're going to talk about
and the
Egypt again?
San Francisco 49ers. We'll be right back.
Embark on an unforgettable journey through Egypt with Hues of Africa and Soul Journey Travel. Discover the wonders of this ancient land with our expertly curated itinerary, from the majestic pyramids of Giza to the tranquil waters of the Nile. Immerse yourself in the rich history and vibrant culture of Egypt. Book now and use discount code VICTOR2024 to save $100 off your trip. Single and dual occupancy options available with flexible payment plans. Visit our website for more details and start your adventure today.
Tranquil waters of Egypt are African brothers. That's what I'm talking about.
Moving on. All right. Let's go to some untranquil waters in San Francisco. You got Brandon Ayuk talking to Jaden Daniels. Somebody else is recording the conversation. And Ayuk tells Daniels, they don't want me. They told me they don't want me. Now, I can believe that conversation took place. I can believe it. But they just paid Ricky Parasol $12 million over 4 years. So that's $3 million, or $12 million 4 years. That's $3 million a year for a rookie at the end of the year. They paid Debo. They just paid Christian. Trent Green's getting up there, but he's still one of the best to do it. They're going to have to pay Brock Purdy next year. Is Debo there by the end of the season or by the trade deadline? Is he gone after the trade deadline? Because I honestly don't think he's going to come into camp. That's what I think. I know this is Sammy's team, but you're in Cali, so let's talk about it.
Well, I think the 49ers know that they got plenty of receivers now, and they know that they're going to have to pay Brock Purdy next year, so they don't want to spend that money on another receiver. So, they're just dragging their feet as long as they can, but I think eventually he's going to get traded because he's not going to get the contract that he's asking for. He's not with that system because it's not a one-player system. It's pretty much a quarterback. It's pretty much Christian McCaffrey and the quarterback system right there. So I think you can plug in any wide receiver in that system and it'll work. So, and I know I think the 49ers know that. So I don't see them paying him. And I think he's gone before the year by the trade deadline.
Okay. JT, talk to me.
Okay. He sees it as the 49ers don't want him because they're not meeting what he wants. That's what I'm deciphering. The 49ers want him, but the 49ers only want him at a certain price.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. He has not seen that price, so he's saying the 49ers don't want him. They haven't physically said that. They want Brandon Ayuk, but at a certain price. They can't get that price. Brandon Ayuk sees it at they don't want me. They didn't physically say that. They didn't verbally say that, but he sees it not meeting their price, not meeting his price is not wanting me. That's the bottom line. That's what I'm deciphering out of that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. He's worth it, but they got Debo, they got Ricky Pearsall, and they got Brandon Ayuk. Odd man out. I think it's Brandon Ayuk. I think he gets traded. Somebody's gonna have to deal with Brandon Ayuk and pay him. Who wants to do that?
So the rumor
do that. I'm not sure. Who needs a quality wide receiver? Okay, a very good wide receiver.
So the rumor is this, and I don't like the rumor because I don't want it to happen. The rumor is it will be Terry McLaurin for Brandon Ayuk and like a third and whatever. Because Terry's already been paid his contract, and it fits more under the system that San Fran will be willing to accept. I don't want Brandon Ayuk as my number one receiver. He's not that tall. I like Terry because he's a tall target for us because Jahad Dotson, who I love, is Brandon Ayuk. I don't need two Brandon Ayuks. And Luke McCaffrey is also a Jahad Dotson.
Speaking of Jahad.
Well, you had your opportunity. Oh, we're going to talk about your whole team. Hey, Q.
Hey, Q. I'm going to tell him. I'm going to tell him.
No. I'm going to tell him. I'm going to tell him.
Let me put it this way. When I did it.
When we get there.
Less than 30 seconds. 30 seconds.
JT, we are not there yet. We're not going to talk about it. We're not going to talk about it.
You must be on this app
JT,
like all the time.
Okay, you know what? I'm trying to do my show and JT keeps trying to overtalk me. I'm trying to be pleasant with him, but he wants to be a difficult person. All right. We'll talk about that shortly. I haven't gotten there yet. Anyway.
Come on, move the show along, man. Come on.
Oh, buddy.
I want to hear from Jerry's side. He's more believable. He's more believable.
Whatever. Anyway, so the issue or the proposed thing out there is okay. San Fran and Washington have had a great relationship trade-wise. San Fran has pretty much taken Washington's cookies left and right in these trades. Well, the new GM for Washington is the guy that orchestrated those trades between San Francisco and Washington under John Lynch. So the connection is this. The general manager, and who was Brandon Ayuk's quarterback in college before he transferred?
Jaden Daniels.
Really?
So, yes.
Yeah, Arizona State.
Did not know that. Did not know
ASU.
that.
Yes. His first year in college, and second year, I believe, because Jaden transferred to LSU his third year and finished out his 2 years at LSU. Anyway, that was Brandon Ayuk's quarterback in college. And he actually made Brandon Ayuk get drafted with the passes he was throwing to him as a true freshman. So the connection there, along with the general manager, and the fact that Terry McLaurin actually fits the 49ers system way better than he does in the new system, because the new system is a spread, wide open, throw the ball around the place. Now, Terry is a big target, loves to get him, but he would not be considered a number one target unless you're going downfield or you're in the red zone, stuff like that, which sucks because he has so much talent. I don't want Washington to do this. Terry McLaurin has done nothing but be devoted to the team. He's a top-tier talent. He's healthy. Brandon Ayuk doesn't stay healthy.
He's not top tier, man, but he's good. He's a good wide receiver.
Well, he's better than Brandon Ayuk because availability is your best ability, and Terry is always available.
Wait a minute, you say Terry McLaurin is better than Brandon Ayuk?
With that being said,
that's just a homework call right there, Jerry.
Yep.
Whatever.
Yep.
I already explained why I wouldn't want the trade to go down, because I don't need 3 Jahad Dotsons. I need a 6'2", 6'1" receiver with the body, speed, and hands of Terry McLaurin. If I need the Smurfs again, if we're gonna go back to the 80s and go to the Smurfs, okay, but that's a totally different system. That's not what Kingsbury runs. But anyway, let me move forward. With Brandon Ayuk out there, outside of Washington, do it again.
Wake me up when it's done, Jerry.
Both, you know what? Both y'all.
Yeah, I'm telling you,
Now they can sit there in the green room and do all their antics. I am trying to talk, and Jerry is being disrespectful right now, continually being disrespectful. I'm trying to be a nice host, but I am trying to be a nice host here, ladies and gentlemen, on my show. But tomorrow, oh boy, if he does his show. Anyway, let me move forward. Name a team that could use Brandon Ayuk outside of Washington. I have a few in mind, but I'm going to put it out there to you guys first and see what you say. Q, where do you think he could land outside of Washington?
Arizona.
That's what I was going to say, bro. That's what I was going to say. But go ahead. Why? But it's in division. That's the problem. But
Who cares? I don't care if it's in division or not. Like he would be a perfect fit for Arizona. They just got Harrison. You know, they need a veteran receiver who can spread the field, who can go downfield and everything. I think that would be like the perfect fit for him.
I was thinking the same thing. Anywhere else?
I would have to think about it, but that's like the first thing that popped up to my head.
Okay, I'll come back to you. JT.
New England can use the number one wide receiver. An experienced wide receiver to go with that young quarterback? Absolutely.
You don't like Kendrick Bourne?
No. Wait a minute. Okay, we got Kendrick Bourne here. We got Brandon Ayuk. Hello?
I got it.
I think he would be a good fit in Buffalo too.
Yes. Yep.
I think it'd be good fit in Buffalo as well. I mean,
Arizona was in a lot of places.
But that's what I was saying, you know, because I don't think New England would pay him, though. I do think Buffalo and Arizona would. Arizona is trying to fill that stadium, right? They're trying to sell those suites. And Q and JT, next football season, y'all gonna come to Arizona. We're gonna go to the suite up in the stadium and watch a couple games.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
What? Say less. I'm there.
I know.
I'm there too, man.
I don't know what This means.
I thought you were doing thumbs down at first.
No,
You know, that's what I thought. You just
I know it's
down.
down. That's why I moved it to the side. I'm going.
That's what he said about Vegas the other year. It didn't happen, but I understand. I understand.
Different circumstances, man.
I know. That's what I said. I understand. Anyway, another place and the last place I'm going to say, and it might shock you a little bit because I know JT likes the name Watson a lot. I don't know if he's going to get a Watson, but we'll talk about that in a second. Green Bay.
Yeah.
No.
Let's listen to my theory here. Christian Watson is a very talented receiver, but he doesn't stay healthy. Dobbs, same thing. Y'all can put your thumbs down all you want. I don't care. But you give Jordan Love that veteran receiver, which we were just talking about, having a veteran receiver that you can depend on, and the running game with Josh Jacobs, I think that's a good fit. They have the money to do it, but would that say to Jordan Love, you know what, you two about to go off the air in a minute. I'm not looking at y'all on the screen, but I can see the movement. Boy, oh boy. You know what? I'm about to put camera one on me. Anyway, I'd like him in Green Bay to be that veteran receiver with Love and to keep him there and to give him that safety blanket, so to speak.
Can I give you
You both say no, and I will go to Q first.
You know why would you ruin that chemistry that Jordan Love and those young receivers have? They're all the same age and they're gonna grow together, and that's why they play so well and freelance so well, because they're a tight group. And I think the worst thing you could do is bring somebody in from a different team who doesn't have the same chemistry with those wide receivers and quarterbacks. Like, I think that's no.
Anywhere he goes, that's going to be the case. So
no. There's different circumstances. If you send him to Buffalo, you got a veteran quarterback already with Josh Allen, so it'll simulate pretty good. If you send him to Arizona, you got. Kyler Murray hasn't played with the same receivers every year, so it's no biggie. But Jordan Love, he's been practicing all these years with those receivers the last 2 years, and I just think the chemistry would be really not that great as it is now. I don't see that as a fit at all.
Jordan Love says, I don't have a number one wide receiver because he likes spreading the ball around to his young receivers that just what Q was saying they're growing up with. You got Jalen Reed, Dontavian Wicks, you got Christian Watson, and you got Romeo Doubs. Come on, man. You don't need a so-called a big name wide receiver. You got multiple options in that offense that you can go to, and reliable options. It's not like
when they're on the field.
You got reliable options. Okay. They're on the field. Okay, you don't have Christian Watson. Look what happened. Look what happened without Christian. Wait a minute. Look what happened without Christian Watson. And they were able to thrive because they have good young wide receivers that he loves going through. And plus a tight end. Plus a young tight end.
I agree. But he also had a machine that he could throw the ball to and run the ball with in Aaron Jones. Josh Jacobs will run the ball, but he's not the receiving threat that Aaron Jones was. If you look at how many passes Aaron Jones caught last year, he was the second leading receiver in Green Bay. The running back, not Christian Watson, not Doubs, not Reed, not Wicks, not Musgrave. So
he was the second leading receiver because he spread out the ball so much between the other receivers.
Yeah, but when you have a running back getting close to 80 receptions, and he missed 4 games, that's not spreading it around. That's saying, I'm throwing it to the running back because either Watson Dobbs or Reed are not on the field because they're injured, or I don't trust them. Musgrave only saw 30%. Well, he saw enough to be wanted in fantasy, but he didn't produce that much.
We'll agree to disagree.
Yeah.
I mean, we agree to disagree, but I mean, that's the truth. The numbers don't lie.
It's the system they run. It's the system they run. It's the system they run.
Yes, you're right.
That's the reason that Christian McCaffrey has so many touches in the game. It's the system that they run. They come from the same quarterback coaching tree.
Right.
Oh, you're right. But Christian McCaffrey was the third leading receiver behind Ayuk, Debo, and him, and then Kittle. He wasn't the number one or the number two threat or number two receiving threat. Actually,
Tomatoes.
ended up being the number one receiver.
It's all
Potatoes.
it's all in the scheme, man. And I
know
do,
that. I just
and the quarterback feels comfortable in the scheme. So he's got wide receivers that he's comfortable with. Okay, very.
Ayuk's in the same system. So I don't get what you're saying. It's all in the system.
Wait a minute.
Brandon
Let
Ayuk
me ask you this question. Okay, it's a West Coast system. Okay, are they the same team? I didn't see. I
follow what you're saying.
The Green Bay Packers here, and I see the San Francisco 49ers. Two different teams. Two different organizations with different personnel. Personnel make a difference.
You're right.
Quarterbacks comfortable within the players that he plays around with, especially receivers. You can't just plug a player because they come from the same system, but there's more to the system than the system.
You're right.
You got to be able to have that player if he's going to fit into the organization. Not just the system, the organization. And I'm not saying that his ability, he wouldn't be able to fit on the field, but the quarterback likes the group of wide receivers he has. Why disrupt that? Why would you disrupt?
I'm not saying you are wrong. I'm not saying either you're wrong. What I'm saying is I could see Brandon Ayuk in Green Bay giving Love that veteran wide receiver. You got to think about the capital and the money. So Green Bay has draft picks. They also have money, which they're trying to give to Jordan Love next year or this year to keep him there. But I tell you what, if you give me Brandon Ayuk and I still make my $50 million a year or close to it, I'm more comfortable and more willing to stay there than try to become a free agent and go work for the New York Giants, because that's where they're saying he's going to end up going, Jordan Love, if he doesn't re-sign with Green Bay, because Danny Dimes is going to be gone. And I agree, he'll be gone.
Well, I'm going to say this. The Green Bay Packers have gone in a different direction. No more, and I do believe this, no more are you going to see a true number one wide receiver in Green Bay like Devontae Adams. No more. I think they got rid of DeMonte. They got rid of Aaron. No more. We're going to just pepper this one person. We're going to spread the ball around and really confuse the defense. Okay? Versus, we're always going to this one wide receiver. I think those days in Green Bay are gone. That you're going to get multiple wide receivers that are going to be available consistently to the quarterback. And the quarterback's comfortable with it. Let me put it that way. The quarterback's comfortable with throwing to whoever gets open. That's the bottom line.
Yeah, the plays are going to be designed for certain people. But if those guys aren't open or on the field, he's going to get the ball to the best option, which he did last year, which was Aaron Jones. The problem is they don't have that same luxury this year because Josh Jacobs isn't the receiving threat. Now, the guy they drafted, he's more of an Aaron Jones type of back, but he's not going to play before Josh Jacobs, who just got paid all that money. They're going to run the ball like crazy. Now, with that being said, these are all hypotheticals, and we're just throwing stuff out there, see what sticks. I think that's a good move, in my opinion, if I'm Green Bay. As well, if I'm San Francisco, the better trading partner is Green Bay because of the capital they can give you. And you kind of say, okay, well, you know what? We're going to put you in a position where you can possibly win, but there's no guarantee. Whereas in Washington, you're in a rebuild mode. That's like, we could just going to get the best we want for you. So I want to keep that synergy or the positive energy between the player and the former organization, because you send me somewhere that is on the come up versus somebody that's on the come up, it's already there, that's at the precipice of getting there. That tells me you're in there just for the draft picks. You're in there just to get rid of me. That's what I see. But let's transition to somebody trying to get rid of everything. And since Q wanted to hear the story from JT, tell Q about this draft we're in and what you just did minutes before the show.
Okay, Q. And I'm not ashamed
Those
of it.
watching.
I'm not ashamed of it. Anyway, we're in a sleeper league that on the sleeper app, and
Highly recommend Sleeper app, by the way. Thank you, JT, for putting me on. I like Sleeper app.
okay. Anyway, we were able to do draft pick trading while the draft was going. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I traded away my first and second round draft picks. I think my first draft pick was actually a two threes, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
Okay, which is fine. And I think I drafted a decent team. But for this, I decided maybe an hour ago or whatever to put my whole draft team, with the exception of Patrick Mahomes, on the trade block. And let me tell you, on the trade block,
entire team.
I think I did it with every player except for two. Okay, I put my entire team on the draft block. Not 30 seconds after I did that, Mr. FSP responds. So that's telling me that he's got the app in front of his face 24/7.
I do.
24/7. And he's paying attention to whoever, especially to me, because it's just, I mean, he's just got I don't know.
Friends don't let friends do things like you just did, but go ahead.
So Mr. FSP doesn't have any forward thinking, in my opinion. No forward thinking. I have to say this.
Okay.
I have to say this. Okay. I keep it 100, and you don't have forward thinking. So, Q, I put my whole team on the trade block for a reason. I'm to garner some interest, to see if anybody has an idea of they may want one of my players, or they missed out on one of my players, and this is an opportunity. Okay, I put them all out there, full transparency, except for Patrick Mahomes. Anybody want to make an offer? That's my thinking. Okay, and if I like the offer, or if there's no offers, fine. No harm, no foul. I put them all out there. Nobody wants to garner any interest. Fine, I'll keep what I have because I'm happy. I tell you the truth, I'm happy the way things panned out. He may not, somebody else may have an opinion. I'm happy the way things panned out. Okay. And because I wanted to try something different on this site. And once I realized we had draft pick trading throughout the draft, I said, I'm going to go for it and see what happens. So I decided to experiment. This is just an experiment. I know it's really no money on the line. I think the prize is the jersey, whatever it is. Yeah, but I
signed,
so I just tried it. If it don't work out, it don't work out. Like I said, no harm, no foul, whatever. But if you don't take a chance, you'll never realize what possibilities you have. If you don't take, I'm not afraid to fail. Let me put it that way. I'm not afraid to fail.
All right. With that being said, Q,
I got a statement and a question for Jerry.
Yes.
Okay.
My first statement is Victor. You know, Victor always trying to draft everybody else's team. He's always trying to do that.
Yep.
You know, like he's always trying to tell people who to draft or who he thinks should be in their team. So don't listen to him, anyways.
I'm trying to make trades with him actually, but go ahead.
And then my question was, do you love that team you drafted, or do you just like it?
I like it a lot. I can't say I love it. I like it a lot because I got players on my team that are on good offenses, on very good offenses. They may not be the top. They may not be the top option, but they are. I think one of them is the top option. And then I took some risks. I took some risks with some players, but they're on top. They're on top defenses. Most of them are on top defenses. I mean offenses, and I think there's a lot of upside. There's a lot of upside on these players. So.
Like I like that. I like that idea. Like I like thinking outside the box. Like so, for some reason, Vic always has this structure that you gotta follow, and he's a numbers guy and stuff and everything. But to me, I like thinking outside the box and taking chances. And hey, if you get a better offer for one of your picks, then you did better. And if you didn't, you like your team a lot. So I think that's good.
A lot.
I'm going to put it this way. I wasn't mad at his trades. I don't care about his trades. But what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to run down both our teams. And by the way, he shorted himself one draft pick. So he traded away an extra pick so he doesn't have the pick in the draft. So he has a whole.
So what? It would have been a bench player.
Yep.
Yeah, which it was. But
exactly.
Here we go. I'm going to run down his team and I'm going to run down my team. I still got 2 picks left. And you, unbiased, Q. I know how biased you are.
Which is fine.
I'm the most unbiased person there is.
No, Q, after that conversation on when you are not the unbiased person. Jerry, I'm going to tell you something. Talking to Q, he is your biggest freaking cheerleader.
That's right.
Know that. He's your BFF, not mine. All right,
that's right.
Here we go. Jerry's team is as follows: Pat Mahomes, David Montgomery, Najee Harris, Jalen Waddle, Michael Pittman, Xavier Worthy, Pat Frymuth, Jerome Ford, Zach Charbonnet, Deshaun Watson, Jahan Dotson, Isaac Garando. I like him very much. And Marvin Mims. That's who he drafted. You wonder why he's putting people on the block. My team, thus far, and I still have 2 to go. Josh Allen, Jonathan Taylor, Tony Pollard, Stephon Diggs, Cortland Sutton, Christian Watson, Travis Kelce, Chuba Hubbard, Jerry Jeudy, Justin Herbert, Jalen Wright, Cade Otton. Now, the setup is this. This is the setup. Quarterback, 2 running backs, 3 wide receivers, a tight end, and 2 flex, wide receiver, running back, tight end, with 5 bench players. Q, you're smiling. Let's hear your thoughts.
Like,
wait a minute. Before you answer, my earliest pick was in the 3rd round. I had 2 picks in the 3rd round. But that's because
he made trades. He got Pittman. His first pick was Waddle, and he followed that up with Pittman in the 3rd round.
Okay.
Got him. And it's important where he got him because that'll tell you the type of players that were there. He got Waddle at 3.8, so towards the middle, which was my pick because I traded with somebody and then somebody traded to him. Then he got Pittman at 11, which was towards the end of the round. So Jerry went 2.5 rounds without a pick. So
okay. So I love you, Jerry, but after listening to all those players, bro, I would trade that whole team in a heartbeat. Except for Patrick Mahomes.
No problem.
No, I just say like in my opinion, like in my honest opinion, I just think you got a bunch of threes like on each team, like not twos and ones. Like I think but I mean, you never know. It could work out. I definitely if I had to pick out of the two teams, I would definitely pick Vic's team.
Okay.
It's a half PPR as well, so it's not.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, for whatever league you're playing, it might work. But like, I don't know, a lot of those names, like, I wouldn't. That would be like my bench players, but whatever. To each his own. You never know. It could work out for you.
No problem. Like I said, I took a chance.
Yeah, but I still like that outside of the box thinking.
Yeah,
you can never go wrong with that.
Well, he went wrong, but
well, in your opinion,
in my
wrong,
opinion,
okay,
you're right. In my opinion, you went.
I still got your back, Jared. Don't worry.
Trust me. Listen. All right, now we're going to talk about. Well, draft's still going on. It's like 7 hours per pick.
Oh, 7 hours per pick.
8 hours. 8 hours.
8 hours per pick. But you can pick.
Oh, that's why it's a sleeper league?
Yes.
Well, but you can.
You go to sleep and you still haven't picked one.
You can make it as short as you want, but the fact that he has so long, and it also is an app where you can place items if you're in certain states. So while I was in your state, Q, I did a few things. Didn't pan out, but I did a few things.
Hey, so let me ask you: does somebody really take like 8 hours to make a pick?
It's happened. It's happened. No, I don't take. Stop it.
I didn't say you take. You took.
No.
Dude, you were up against it. You took. You were very close to your 8 hour mark. You only had like 20 minutes left, and you made your pick.
Wow, that's 7 hours
I think
and 20
that's
minutes.
your procedure. I think that's what happened.
Oh, okay.
But anyway,
I get it.
Anyway, let me move on. Let me talk about this. The reason why Q has that hat on. One, I am not a Raiders fan. I like
Sorry.
But because Q and his wife, Carol, were so wonderful to myself and my wife while we were out there visiting, and he took me to this damn all Raiders store.
Okay, that's got to be exciting.
It was.
Exciting.
Whatever, dude.
That's got to be exciting.
No. It was. What's it called? Universal Walk or something like that.
Universal City Walk.
Yeah. So it's pretty much a strip mall that wraps around Universal Studios.
Okay.
And it's got a lot of great stuff. The food was amazing. But anyway, went to the Raiders store and they had stuff for sale. And I was like, you know what? Let me be, because Q was busting my chops. He asked him, are there any applications? And it wasn't to work. It's become a Raiders fan. Anyway.
Jerry, we walked in. I said, do you got any applications? The guy said, no, I'm sorry. We don't have no openings right now. And I was like, no. He wants to become a Raider fan. I said, do you have any Raider fan applications?
That's a lie. But anyway,
that's exactly what I said.
I know that's what you said, but the premise was a lie. But anyway,
what kind of reaction did you get from the salesperson? He started laughing, right?
He was laughing at his hat he was wearing.
I had my Commander's hat on.
Oh yeah, I'd laugh at that too. No problem.
You walk anywhere with that Cleveland hat, you're gonna get laughed at and laughed out. Moving forward. So I started looking around. I got to charge my phone because my phone died. I noticed the hat that he has on his head, that Q has on his head right now. And the saleswoman says, they're free. I was like, oh, okay. But you got to buy something. It was the cheapest thing. So the salesman says, oh, we got the Jimmy Garoppolo jerseys over there on a clearance rack. So tell me how much they are. I'm like, oh, okay. So I grabbed one. It's like $30. And so they can't find my size. I wear 7.5. But so she gives me 2 hats and says, well, here, you have these 2. Then the dude comes out with the 7.5. And I'm like, oh man, that feels kind of tight. It's a fitted hat, as you can tell. So I give it to Q just as a thank you. Just as a thank you for the hospitality he and his wife showed us while we were out there. And Q and his wife are very similar to me in Azure. Q is like Azure, and I'm like Carol. But I learned a lot about Q and his family, and I'm happy and very proud to say that this man is a very good person, a good friend. I consider him family right now.
I knew that.
Just like I feel about you, JT, minus all the bickering from the old people that you have. But I just wanted to give Q and his wife a shout out and say thank you for the hospitality, because it was a long day on The Price is Right. Fun day, but it was long. And Q is a planner. He's a planner. So if he doesn't have his plan, he's not happy. But everything worked out. I'm a planner too. I just didn't know what we were going to do, what time we are going to be free. But I thoroughly enjoyed myself. So did Azure. So I just want to let you know that in public, if you will, and tell you you're a brother for life, and you're taller than Jerry, and that's the origin of that hat.
Hey,
right?
Jerry. I always thought Vic was like at least like 6 feet or something. And then when I went to go pick him up, it was like a short midget. He's like barely.
I'm taller than you, dude.
He's like barely this much taller than me, bro.
Dude, I'm like 2 or 3 inches taller.
Let me put it this way, Q. Let me put it this way. Vic's like mocking shorter people. I happen to be one of them. So
I don't like mocking
I'm only 5'7", and he likes to mock shorter people to make him feel a little bigger. But that's okay.
Oh, I'm 5'7" too. Victor was telling me that you're like 5'4".
Well, because I don't know if you had like those inch.
Nah, bro, I'm 5'7", homie.
But you're taller than Jerry. Jerry shrunk. Jerry
shrunk.
6.
Hey, Jerry,
I'm 5'7". Every bit of it, 5'7".
Well, the only way we'll be able to find out is if you show up when I go to Arizona.
Hey, Jerry, we rode up. Me and my wife rode up to The Price is Right to go pick him up, and all I see is this black dude like look with his back towards us, and he's wearing all hot pink. I said, oh my God, look at Victor with his hot pink. I thought it was Victor, so I rolled up to the guy. And I was about to say something, and then he turns around and it wasn't him.
See, you see what he thinks of me? A little short. And
well, let me ask you then, Mr. FSP. Victor, did you get picked at all on The Price?
I signed a non-disclosure agreement. I cannot discuss that.
Okay. Oh, okay.
I didn't even tell Q.
Okay, no problem.
I didn't tell Q. I signed
no problem.
And this is out on TV, on my social media. You think I'm gonna mess up any dude? Really?
I just asked.
All he did was ask me a question, bro.
But you asked me that in the text, and I told you what I did, and you're gonna bring it up live? Really? Come on, dude. You can't do that.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Yeah, oh my God is right. I will tell you when the show airs.
Yes, sir.
And you can
yes, sir.
Watch the show.
Yes, sir.
That's right. You are dismissed. Anyway,
God. You know, I'm torn for this. I'm torn because you're getting out of military, and I'm happy as hell because you're getting out of military. because let me tell you, brother. I tell you from experience, it takes a while to get that out of you.
Nope. Dude.
Okay.
I've been myself the entire time.
He was a liar.
Now, certain things, whatever.
It takes a while to get that
like waking up at 4:00, 4:30 in the morning, that's gonna probably take some time. Being regimented, I've always been somewhat regimented, but even more so since being in 20 years. But there are going to be some things that's going to be tough to let go of. But there's going to be a lot of things I'm like, you know what? I ain't got to work if I don't want to. I ain't got to put it with nobody's BS unless I want to.
You're going to be mad that you can't give out orders no more and nobody's going to listen to you.
That might be true. That part might be true. But
leave that word out of it. Might ain't the word. That's going to be true.
Yeah.
There's going to be no might. That's going to be true. Trump tells me, okay, you can dismiss it if you want. I'm telling you. Just take it from somebody that's been out for a while. I'm telling you, that's going to be a biggie. Trust me, that's going to be a biggie. Have to deal with that.
Whatever the case may be. Actually, my final day in uniform will be at the end of this month. My final day in the Army will be at the end of August. And as I told Q, and I posted on my page and I tagged you, I'm inviting folks from my military past to come on the show and roast me. But no, I'm going to roast them back at the end. Because I think it's a good thing to go over your life in the military. And people that care about you, they're going to come on. They're going to say some bad stuff. They're going to say some fun stuff. And they're going to end with something positive. That's the way roasts work. It's not all negative. Because if it's all negative, then, what I'm going to do is click and you're gone. But
you take with the good with the bad, man. Whatever. That's part of your life.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. But the point of the matter is that it's been a fun ride. I am ready.
That's the key if you're ready.
Huh?
That's the key if you're ready.
Yeah, I am ready to start a new chapter and move on and be happy in life, brother. I mean, it is what it is. We'll see what happens. I'm having
What you talking about the sweets, bro? You gonna buy a sweet or what?
Yeah.
What?
Dude, I'm retired. I'm gonna have money. I'm in Arizona. My retirement isn't taxed in Arizona. So I'm gonna do what I gotta do to enjoy myself. I might even get a son's season pass or something. I don't know. We'll see.
Wow. That's cool.
Yeah. But with that being the case, fellas, Q, you got anything you want to add before we get off the air? You said no?
Oh, I didn't hear you, but Jerry, good seeing you again, my brother.
You too, my brother.
I can't wait till we draft. I can't wait till the football season starts so we can start talking smack again. Yeah. And I look forward to seeing you guys.
No problem, man. Same here.
All right.
When are you well, I'm not going to ask this. When are you going to get serious about the league?
I'm always serious about the league.
Okay.
Half of us have paid already.
Yes, 6 people are the only ones that have not paid. I'm not going to hound them until July. So.
Okay.
That's in 2 weeks. Okay.
Yeah, in 2 weeks. In a week, actually.
Okay.
It's only 1 week left in June. But
are you going to do the same thing? Everybody pays, then we pick a draft order?
Yep.
Okay.
Keeping it simple. But is that all you got, JT?
Tune in tomorrow. I will definitely be here tomorrow. I ain't got no obligations. I got no issues. I will definitely be here tomorrow. Vic and I will be drafting 6.0, 6-round draft.
Wait a minute,
Round
Stud.
draft. I have the first pick this time. Vic has the second. And we'll be drafting. No, I'm sorry. Vic has the first pick. I have the second. I think the draft we had, if that was for
Yes,
May,
I have the first
the
pick.
exact opposite. Vic has the first pick. I have the second. And then we'll alternate picks going up into the 6th round. 6th round. This is serious now, people. We're getting serious here. 6th round draft, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, YouTube, X, and also Facebook. 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time.
With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, next week, my dog's barking. Next week, we may or may not have a show. Depends on what goes on in the NFL. Stop it. As I begin my transition out of the military, I got to begin to sell this house and stuff like that. Can you guys talk for like 3 minutes while I go put this dog out? Please talk for 3 minutes.
So you enjoyed your trip at I shouldn't say you trip. You enjoyed meeting Mr. FSP and wife.
Yeah, they were fun. They were cool. Like, I wish he would have had more of a game plan, because if he would have like gave me more specifics, I would have been able to take them to more places. Okay. You know, like the first day that they got here, like I had already planned on taking them out and stuff and everything. Right. But when I talked to him, he said it was gonna probably be a long flight, and he just wanted to sit at the hotel and rest, right? But once they got there, they wanted to go do stuff. But then I was working so long that day because I had already planned that they weren't going to do nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Yeah,
so yeah. It didn't work out the first day, but the second day was good. It was good. I got off work. I only worked a few hours, and then I went to go pick them up.
Well, do you pick your time, or you're obligated to work a certain amount of hours?
No, I pick my hours pretty much.
Okay.
Well, like most of the time I work a lot, right? But whenever I have something to do, I'll just stop working.
Okay. That's a nice luxury. That's a nice luxury to have. Okay.
So
Q got money to burn. But with that being said, y'all can stay after for a hot second. But with that being said, excuse me, ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate you. You got to hear the commercial. And then we're going to be out of here.
Tranquil.
Dude, just let me play the commercial.
Embark on an unforgettable journey through Egypt with Hues of Africa and Soul Journey Travel. Discover the wonders of this ancient land with our expertly curated itinerary, from the majestic pyramids of Giza to the tranquil waters of the Nile. Immerse yourself in the rich history and vibrant culture of Egypt. Book now and use discount code VICTOR2024 to save $100 off your trip. Single and dual occupancy options available with flexible payment plans. Visit our website for more details and start your adventure today.
Fantasy, sports, and politics.
Get ready to rumble!
You wanna talk smack? You in the right place. So take a step back before I get all up in your
remember, because I don't remember. I remember every bit of this.
You're the dudes holding on the phone line. Your voice will be heard, sir.
Next caller, please.
Jerry's gonna get him.
Fantasy, sports, and politics. Fantasy, sports, and politics. Fantasy, sports, and politics. Fantasy, sports, and politics.
Listeners are asking questions about this week's games, not Jerry's